Hi, I'm Miguel Morero, senior at Centennial High School. Recently, Erin Long and I traveled to Bethel and interviewed with Kathy Bruner, the head of the video productions department at Bethel College. And here's what we found. Of course, you recognize this as the Centennial editing room here at Centennial Senior High, although what we're going to show you is quite different and closer to what professional grade is. As you can see, this is a video toaster, and a video toaster is very easy to make cuts and generate graphics. Bethel really doesn't have a video toaster, and the reason why? Well, let's let Kathy Bruner of Bethel College explain it for us.
I deliberately chose not to buy a video toaster for Bethel, and the reason for that is that students tend to use the toaster and kind of go crazy with all the special effects. And my philosophy is that if you can't tell a story without special effects, that you can't tell a story. And so I want to teach people to tell stories well first with no special effects. And then later in life, or later in their video careers, even here at Bethel, we do allow them to do effects. We actually have a fast video machine that lets them do that. But only after they've been able to tell a story with no effects at all do we allow them to add those.
Our editing system here at Centennial is very simplistic. You have a play and a record deck. And that doesn't really allow us to do much except from cut from video to video to video, or even to the toaster. But with an A-B roll edit, Kathy Bruner is going to explain that this is going to allow us to splice from video and fade right into another video. And it's going to drastically improve our videos.
Okay, well, the kind of system that you've got, which is a two-camera, cuts-only kind of environment, works really well for basic storytelling. But there are a couple other things that you can add to that that'll enhance your ability to tell a story. Of course, adding an extra camera allows you to visualize from even more angles. And then adding at least another tape deck allows you then to dissolve between one tape deck and another, which means that as one picture is disappearing off screen, another is replacing it, and it adds a real softness. The dissolve, you have to use it kind of carefully in storytelling, but it's a nice added effect that we're able to accomplish here at Bethel. That's called A-B roll editing, referring to the A deck and the B deck, both rolling together onto a C deck, which is your record deck.
We were wondering how Kathy's program at Bethel would help students into the real world, and she gave us a well-rounded explanation.
I think there are probably two things that we do really well at Bethel in our program that I think make us distinct. One is that our program is deliberately broad, and that means that we're not just about production. That's part of what we do. But we also think that to be a well-rounded person, you also have to be a very good human communicator. You also have to be a good writer. And we think that in production, it's important for you also to have some design background. So we've got all of those pieces that come together to make you the person that you can be when you graduate. The second thing that we do well is that we take advantage of the internship opportunities that the Twin Cities market provides. And we do a really good job of placing students in some strategic locations according to their interests. And we don't assume that this program is all just about broadcasting. We know that video and audio occur in a lot of different environments. And so we place people as broadly as we can within the Twin Cities market.
Kathy explains how teaching video was more of an accident than anything else.
I fell into teaching by accident, actually. I did not intend to become a teacher. And I was heading into public relations and or news media when I went to graduate school for a master's degree after college, and they gave me a class to teach. It was part of paying my way through grad school. They said, here, you teach this class, we'll pay your tuition. And so I kind of fell in love with the classroom while I was in graduate school since I had an opportunity to teach. I did not really intend to end up here.
In order to ensure that your video is of the highest quality, you have to go through all the right steps. Kathy Bruner explains that her students definitely know that.
The key to successful production is pre-production. I mean, the better planner you are, the better scripter you are, the better visualizer ahead of time you are, the better your final product will be. And so we really, really stress pre-production. I mean, before a student even takes a camera out, they have submitted a plan in writing and a storyboard, and they know who their audience is, and they know what this is going to mean when they're done. So pre-production is really the key to good production.
Making sure that you do proper logging will indefinitely help you out in post-production.
Okay, people do log their footage here for sure, and they do log sheets of all of that stuff. I don't actually require them to turn those logs in to me. I just know, because I'm in here all the time, I know that logging is the way that they're accomplishing the task. Because even if they decide to try it without logging, since I don't require it, they realize very quickly that that's a pretty fruitless effort. So everybody logs.
Teaching video productions isn't exactly like teaching English.
3 things I really, really like about teaching video. One is that more than any other process that I'm familiar with, it promotes teamwork. You have to have people working together to accomplish a goal, and that's a marvelous kind of experience. My classes are really small, 12 people. By the time we're done, we're absolutely family, and that's a tremendous opportunity. The second thing I really like about teaching in this field is that I have an opportunity to impact people one-on-one because the classes are small, obviously. There's an awful lot of time for individual instruction. So I'm in here, I'm in the edit room a lot of the time while people are working on projects. It makes them a little nervous, but I'll say, now that was great. That was great. Now how about this? And there's a lot of individual learning that goes on. So that's really exciting. I think it pushes people a lot further than they would have gotten otherwise. The third thing that I really like about teaching in this field is that you take people who are complete novices most of the time. In fact, most of my students don't even come in with background from high school. They have no background at all. And we start from ground zero, and we get within 1 year to where I got by the time I got to graduate school. I mean, I push them really hard. And I feel like there's an awful lot of learning that goes on there. And it's so, so exciting to turn them into professionals in a short period of time, and there's nothing more rewarding than seeing them happy and fulfilled.
With all the advanced training and things that they do at Bethel, one wonders what they do after. Well, Kathy's here to explain it for us.
I feel really good about the preparation that our students are getting here. I've got people walking out of here editing directly on an Avid, which is state-of-the-art technology. I've got a student who's working at CONUS right now. I've had people who've worked on Mighty Ducks and a number of different films. We've had students go directly into network kinds of positions at the grip level, in other words, starting at the bottom, but they are prepared well enough to walk in there. I have a student right now who's editing at the biggest post-production house in Manhattan, and what used to be my teaching assistant and helped me out here. We have 29 students going to the Olympics next summer, and those are paid broadcasting positions for, let me see, they're going to be doing 10 different positions. Some of them will be camera operators, audio assistants, graphics assistants, public relations officers, and they're not even interns, actually. They're being paid as professionals. So that's an amazing opportunity, actually, that we feel really privileged to have gotten a piece of.